Hey guys, welcome to MasterSports with Professor Rodger. It's me, Professor Rodger. There's a lot of great stuff happening right now. It's college football bowl season. The college football playoff is about to happen. So is the national championship. It's the holidays. So let's talk a little bit about oppressive forms of government. Today's lesson is in oligarchy, ruled by the few. Oligarchy is like if there was a country with like 250 million people in it, but like only the rich people got to be in power and they made rules that just benefited other rich people. Not that that would ever happen anywhere, because that's crazy. So anyway, in 2014, the college football playoff was invented. The college football playoff was a huge improvement, because the old system was something called the BCS. And how the BCS worked was we'd watch college football all year, we'd ask some computers who the two best teams were, and they'd go like, beep, boop, 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 Alabama. It just didn't seem right. So we invented the college football playoff. 4 teams chosen by people. It was considered a huge improvement. And that's the way it was promoted, that everybody has a chance. Here's an ad that ESPN ran promoting the new college football playoff.
OH, go blue!
Everyone's got a shot.
Let's go, Warhawks! All 130 teams.
Everyone's got a shot. All 130 teams. That's all we wanted. Just one problem though. Last year, UCF went 12-0, and despite being the only team that won all of their games, they're down here in 12th place. Even though everyone had lost at least one game, some teams had lost 2 or even 3 games. Somehow, still, UCF was down all the way there at the bottom. It's because UCF isn't in a major conference. They're in something called the American Athletic Conference. UCF didn't make it to the college football playoff last year, but that didn't bother them. They were happy they went 12-0. They actually threw themselves a parade at Disney World. It's like really easy if your school is already in Orlando. UCF actually decided to say that because they went undefeated and they beat a team that beat the national champion, they beat Auburn, who beat Alabama, that they considered themselves national champions. Didn't get invited to the dance. Cinderella joke. But they still consider themselves national champions. Somewhere along the line, and I don't know where this came from, people developed a weird benchmark for UCF. Paul Feinbaum, who is a host on the SEC network, says, if UCF runs the table again, he's fine with them calling themselves national champions. Guess what? UCF went undefeated again. They went 12-0. They didn't get to be 4th. They didn't get to be in the college football playoff. They're 8th! They put them 8th after going undefeated 2 years in a row! Can I throw this to the ground? Just tip it over. That's how mad I am! I charted the highest ranked team not from a power conference in both the AP poll and the college football playoff ranking every week since 2014. Year after year, week after week, the college football playoff ranking consistently puts the best teams from outside of power conferences lower than a group of unbiased media. Media are unbiased, trust me. Why is that? And I can show you, it's pretty easy. Well, if you look at the college football playoff selection committee, they are obligated by rule to have at least one athletic director from each of the 5 power conferences. They also, in addition, have guys who have coached at Clemson, Virginia Tech, Vanderbilt, guys who played for USC. So they have 13 people. 9 of them are affiliated with power conference schools, including 5 who are literally actively employed by them, and just 4 other people total. And guess what, folks? The system works. It doesn't necessarily work for selecting the best 4 teams, but it does make a lot of money for these 5 power conference schools. I wanted to bring this up in case I get mad again. The college football playoff was organized by power conferences to make money for power conferences. And the primary way it does that is by putting power conference teams in the college football playoff and the bowls associated with it. What does the college football playoff like to say about itself?
Everyone's got a shot.
All 130 teams.
The college football playoff is an oligarchy. It's ruled by the few, and the rules it puts in place are to benefit the few. What do you do when you're presented with that? Well, it's easy. You rebel. And that's today's lesson in oligarchies.